You ever wonder what happened to Rudolph? Oh yeah, we occasionally see him, maybe on a lawn set or up on a roof. But we all know that when Santa really flies, he flies with 8 reindeer, not 9. This has been true ever since the Winter Warlock helped Santa get his sleigh off the ground. Always 8, never 9. That was always true. And you should know that it was Santa's policy always to fly with the best reindeer, no favorites. The only exception he made to the 8 rule was that snowy, foggy winter of 1964. You remember that. It wasn't only Rudolph's red nose that made him key to that team. He was the fattest flyer on the team. But why no second flight? Why not years after was he not a member of the team? Well, this is the story of that. The dark story of what really goes on behind the Reindeer Games. The dark truth about what goes on behind the scenes. The money, the glory, the high stakes, the opulent lifestyle, the silver and the gold.
Silver and gold, silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold. How do you measure its worth? Just by the pleasure it brings here on earth. Silver and gold means much more when you see silver and gold decorations on every Christmas tree.
Let's go back to Rudolph's yearling flight. You all remember. What a great 4-leg drive. What great lift. What great agility. He was literally the LeBron James of the reindeer world. But with the slightest excuse of an olfactory abnormality, and you heard the coach say it. You heard him say it.
All right, yearlings, back to practice. Oh no, not you. You better go home with your folks. From now on, gang, we won't let Rudolph join in any reindeer games, right? Right.
So why did Coach say these things? Everyone knew Coach wasn't quite right in the head. Everyone knew he kind of had a problem. Maybe a little bit too much magic dust. But who had the influence over Coach to make him say such things to Rudolph? Oh, I see. You thought that the magic dust was just for flying on Christmas. Well, that was true, but some of the reindeer got into that magic dust all year round. The ones that really liked to fly. But where did they get the dust? The Winter Warlock was retired. He was living in Patagonia for years. Well, they had to have a supplier, but who was that supplier? And did he have enough influence over Coach to make him say these things? To have Coach ruin Rudolph's early career?
Wait just a minute, man. How do reindeer do it, man? How do they get off? How do they get off the ground? They got the magic dust, man. Yeah, man, but where did they get it? Blitzen, man. He always got some magic dust. Hey, I know that, dude. Yeah, he gives some to the reindeer, a little some to Blitzen, a little more for reindeer, a little more for Blitzen. You know, maybe he gives some to Santa's old lady, a little more for Blitzen. Whoa, that's far out, man.
But Rudolph made it back. After being off with the Misfits for a while, he came back stronger than ever. And he flew that Christmas night. And he, as I said, was the best flyer on the team. It was just a matter of training a little bit, and he was sure to make the team for the next year. The team of 8.
Here's where tragedy struck. Only moments after a routine practice in November, right before the big cuts, right before one of the most famous reindeer ever known was about to be cut from the team. As Rudolph was leaving the practice squad, marching down a small corridor, he was attacked. Someone took a hard metal pipe to Rudolph's upper foreleg.
The suspect burst through a door and escaped, leaving his victim behind.
That was it. Rudolph was done. For this season, probably for his career.
The reason is a thigh contusion or bruise that's associated with knee swelling. The swelling is secondary to blood within the knee.
There was one person who knew who was behind these attacks. You guessed it, Grandma. Yeah, she knew that Blitzen was dealing dust. She got her sister, Jessica Kringle, you know, Mrs. Claus, off the dust years earlier.
Jessica was hooked bad. Nothing anybody could do about it. So Grandma knew that it was Blitzen who could be the only person who was behind these attacks.
The problem was, Blitzen knew too. Blitzen knew that Grandma was the only one that could out him, the only one that knew his real identity and who was behind the attacks. He had to keep her quiet, but how?
Grandma got run over by a reindeer coming back from our house Christmas Eve. You might say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. When we found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack, there were hoof marks on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back.
So where is Blitzen today? Nobody really knows. There's been a couple people that said that maybe he was caught in England dealing drugs. Another story came out, it was on the internet, said he was shot by a DEA agent up in Greenland. But the real story isn't known. Where'd he go? He doesn't fly anymore. Santa figured it out in the end. The good news is that any reindeer today that learns how to fly has a fighting chance to be on the team. That includes our friend, Randy. You remember Randy.
Randy the reindeer wanted to fly, stuck to the ground, but we didn't know why. When in